got a comment on one of my how to overcome your porn addiction videos the other day, and it was a guy commenting saying watching porn and masturbating is a normal thing to do. And I couldn't help but sit there and think to myself that so many people are brainwashed into thinking that this shit is normal. I remember getting taught in sex education at school, because you obviously get taught about sex when you're younger. You get taught about the male body, the female body, sex and pregnancy and babies and all this stuff. You get taught about that, and you get taught about masturbation. And I remember vividly my teacher saying that masturbation is a normal thing to do and that boys should do it. It's a normal thing, you shouldn't be embarrassed about it. Now that I've personally overcame my own porn addiction, I cannot believe how in society watching pornography and masturbating is so normalised. Why is watching two other people having sex normalised? That is weird as fuck. You are watching another man clap the cheeks of a woman, and you're watching through a screen. You are watching as a third person through a screen like a little cuck. Why is touching yourself and busting all over yourself like ugh? How is that normal? How is that normal? You ejaculating all over your belly. How is that normal? Why is being in a dark room looking at naked women by yourself, mouth breathing, how is that normal? That is not normal. Watching this stuff is not normal. I'll tell you now. I had a porn addiction from the age of 12 years old to about 16, 17 years old, and the fact that people say this stuff is normal is actually so bizarre to me, because it affected so much of my life. My self-confidence during this time was absolutely terrible. I was a very insecure kid. I struggled to talk to women as well, because whenever I talked to a woman, all I would think about is her in a sexualized way. I'd think about her naked and stuff like that, because my brain was so sexualized from watching this content every single day, multiple times a day, that my brain couldn't comprehend talking to a woman without thinking of her sexually. I had no energy to do anything. As you know, after you do it and you release your seed or whatever, your energy levels go straight down. You have no motivation to do anything, because the way you have to think about it, right, is tribal times, ancestral times, tribes, whatever. We'd work hard throughout a day, and back in the day, once you had sex, the day's work was done. You had no more work to do for the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've hunted, you've got the food for the tribe or whatever. You go and have sex with your women, and then the day's done. So when you go and do that and you let out that energy, your brain thinks, oh right, the day's work is done, we haven't got anything to do, so your energy levels just completely crash. Your brain can't tell the difference between you right now in this modern world and you a million years ago in that sort of ancestral time. It can't tell the difference. And on top of that, you feel like a sense of guilt, like a shadow is casted over you, like a little rain cloud is on top of you after you do it. You feel deep shame, you feel disgusted within yourself. Everyone knows about post-nut clarity. It's terrible. You feel absolutely terrible after you do it. It affected my life so much, and I can only really see it now that I've overcome it and I don't do it, how much it actually affected my life. And it pisses me off when people say that it's normal. This isn't normal, bro. Watching people have sex for a screen is not normal. You busting all over yourself is not normal. So there's a couple things you essentially need to do. There's the fact that you need to not masturbate. You need to go on nofap. You need to stop touching yourself. And if you do that shit, you're a fucking weirdo. And then you have a few more options as well. So you're obviously on nofap. You obviously have the option to have a girlfriend if you're at a point where your social skills are good enough, you've improved yourself to a point where you attract women and you have a good enough personality and you can provide for a woman. Have a girlfriend. Or you want to work towards getting a wife maybe, or you can have multiple women. It's definitely a lot harder, I think, to have multiple women, because you're constantly dealing with different ladies all the time. It's definitely enjoyable, don't get me wrong, but it is quite stressful, and you obviously have to be quite a high level guy to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're constantly attracted to women. It does get stressful, and obviously I understand that some guys don't want to be constantly sleeping around and hooking up with women. That's absolutely fine. If you're a devout religious guy, go on semen retention. Do you know what I mean? Wait until you find a wife, or go on semen retention completely and just focus on yourself. Do you know what I mean? I've been through periods of that where I've not really messed with any women, or I've not messed with women at all, and I've focused completely on myself. That's fine as well. Everyone's at different periods. You might be at a period where semen retention completely works for you and not messing with women works for you. I don't recommend that, because women are a very important part of our life, and I think it's quite silly to ignore it, to be honest, because they bring a certain energy that you kind of need in your life. It just completely depends on what phase of life you're in. But boys, please, for the love of God, stop masturbating. I've made another video on this which I'll link up here, and I'll basically give you some steps on how you can actually overcome your porn addiction. But please, for the love of God, stop masturbating, bro. It's fucking weird, and it will affect your life. It will ruin your life. But boys, if you want my one-to-one help, maybe you want to get into better shape, you want to overcome your porn addiction or a different vice like you might be smoking weed all the time, or maybe you just want to improve your discipline and your mindset overall, be sure to book a call with me down below. You just basically fill out a few questions and then book a call with me, and then on this call we'll talk about what issue you're facing and how I can help you overcome this problem. But boys, thank you all for watching the video. Be sure to like the video, sub to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.